When it comes to tying the knot, some celebrities seem to believe that practice makes perfect. If at first you don't succeed, marry again. And then maybe a few more times just for good measure. In the glamorous world of Hollywood, where relationships can be as fleeting as the latest fashion trend, there's a select group of stars who have walked down the aisle more times than they've probably walked the red carpet. Let's take a whimsical walk through the love lives of these serial vow-takers, whose matrimonial journeys suggest they might have loyalty cards for wedding planners and a deep-seated love for cake tastings and eye-does. Buckle up, because we're about to dive into the roller coaster love lives of stars who've said, "Till death do us part" 4 times or more, and seem to take that part quite literally. Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor, the violet-eyed Hollywood icon, was as famous for her marriages as she was for her acting. She walked down the aisle a total of 8 times, with 7 different husbands. Richard Burton was a 2-time winner. Her first marriage, at the tender age of 18, was to hotel heir Conrad Hilton Jr. It lasted only 1 year. This was followed by a succession of husbands: Michael Welding, Mike Todd, who tragically died in a plane crash, Eddie Fisher, John Warner, and Larry Fortensky. Each marriage reflected a different phase in Taylor's life, from young starlet to seasoned actress, and later a philanthropist and activist. Zsa Gabor, the epitome of Hollywood glamour, was married 9 times. She often joked about her marital adventures, famously quipping, "I am a marvelous housekeeper. Every time I leave a man, I keep his house." Her husbands included hotel magnate Conrad Hilton. She and Elizabeth Taylor shared this ex, actor George Sanders, and several other less-known but equally wealthy men. Her last marriage, to Frederick Prinz von Anhalt, was her longest, lasting until her death. Larry King. Larry King, the legendary talk show host, was married 8 times to 7 women. He married Aline Akins twice. King's marital journey began in his early 20s and spanned through the decades. His marriages were interspersed with his rising career in journalism. King's personal life often made headlines, illustrating the challenges of balancing a high-profile career with a turbulent personal life. Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rooney, a star of the silver screen from a young age, was married 8 times. His spouses ranged from fellow Hollywood stars like Ava Gardner to a nightclub singer and a beauty queen. Rooney's marriages were often short-lived and tumultuous, reflecting perhaps the pressures of early fame and a life constantly in the spotlight. Joan Collins. Joan Collins, the glamorous star best known for her role in Dynasty, has been married 5 times. Her husbands have included actors and businessmen, each marriage unveiling a different chapter in her life. Collins' romantic life was as dramatic and vibrant as her on-screen personas, marked by passionate love affairs and high-profile breakups. Jerry Lee Lewis. Jerry Lee Lewis, the rock and roll legend, has walked down the aisle 7 times. His marital life has been as controversial and explosive as his music. Perhaps most infamously, he married his 13-year-old cousin, Myra Gale Brown, when he was 22, a union that caused an uproar and significantly harmed his career. His subsequent marriages were often shadowed by this controversy. Lana Turner. Lana Turner, a classic film era star, was known as much for her personal drama as her on-screen performances. She was married 8 times to 7 men, including bandleader Artie Shaw and movie mogul Robert Eaton. Her life was marked by high-profile, often tumultuous relationships that captivated the public's imagination. Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor, one of the most influential stand-up comedians of all time, was married 7 times to 5 women. His marriages were often interwoven with his struggles with addiction and his groundbreaking career. Pryor's personal life was a roller coaster of highs and lows, much like his professional one. Jennifer O'Neill. Jennifer O'Neill, a Brazilian-American actress and model, famous for her role in the 1971 film Summer of 42, has been married a remarkable 9 times. Her journey through matrimony began at just 15 years old, and her numerous marriages have been a mix of actors, businessmen, and a horse breeder. O'Neill's personal life often mirrored the dramatic flair of her film roles, filled with passionate romances and equally passionate breakups. Despite the ups and downs in her personal life, she has maintained a successful career in acting and modeling, and later became an author and spokesperson for pro-life causes. Billy Bob Thornton. Billy Bob Thornton, the eclectic actor, filmmaker, and musician known for his roles in films like Sling Blade and Monsters Ball, has been married 6 times. His most famous marriage was to actress Angelina Jolie, which was heavily covered in the media for its eccentricities. Who could forget the vials of blood? Before Jolie, Thornton was married to Melissa Lee Gatlin, Tony Lawrence, Cinda Williams, and Pietra Dawn Cherniak, with each marriage revealing a different facet of Thornton's complex personality. After his divorce from Jolie, Thornton married Connie England, with whom he's had a notably longer and more stable relationship. Thornton's personal life, much like his career, has been diverse and full of unexpected turns, reflecting his unique and unconventional approach to both life and art. Each of these stars lived a life as vivid and fascinating as any script, with their multiple marriages adding to their legend and mystique. Their stories of love, loss, and everything in between continue to captivate us.